Good morning, Kmart shoppers. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. I was just testing this Gamecube's ability to read discs, which it is reading discs perfectly fine. The music a little bit. So this Gamecube is able to read discs perfectly fine. We're happy, we're good. Means we are good to go with this one. So, as part of the big package that I received this week was another package from Z Labs where I've been getting my Picoboot mods and everything. I'm not sure the fronts of this because it has a name on it. You have our Pluto HDMI board, our SD to SP memory card adapter, got a bunch of belts for some Xboxes, so I'll be taking care of those separately. Got our flex cable, which we will hopefully not fucking ruin this time. We have a Raspberry Pi Pico and a Picoboot flex cable. Including on top of all of that, I have some leftover pieces from when I did some 3D print ordering. I do need to find real quick. Oh, I'm going to need that. That's a battery container. I'm going to need a new battery as well. Two. Also recommended by some 2016s for some of the Walkman. Oh, I think I'm about to get a visit from a kitty cat who wants some attention. This is it. So some bits and bobs for the HDMI mods for the graphics. We should be good to go. I'm going to need to do some cleaning here because it looks like this has been owned by a smoker. So I need my 4.5 gamers. And I received another 2 Gamecube yesterday. One of them does not seem to be having a working DVD drive, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully we can do that out. Maybe it's just the potentiometer just needs to be adjusted. For paste screws. Now just lift that up. Yeah. Gonna need a thorough cleaning right now. And the reason I think that this is smokers. Ugh. Yeah. See how that is tar looking? Oh, we should remove the start soon. But yeah, that tar looking dust is probably from a smoker, and I am going to start cleaning that up right now because that is grody. Probably why I should be wearing some sort of nitrile gloves while I do this, but no. Each their own. Rusty as well, so hopefully that's not water damaged inside. I mean, it works. Sure that it was working before, so it can't be destroyed, damaged, but point cell battery needs to be replaced as well. It is easy enough. I need to remove some screws. It. Remove the fan first. Two screws on the side here. Two off. And we just need to remove this cable here, which attaches to the power. And we need to feed it through here. So another ready component that we need to clean. Then with those screws removed, we can remove the back as well, which is good. That going to be 4 screws at the back, 5 screws here, rather 3 screws here, and then we've got 2 small 4 screws that hold on the RF shielding for the memory cards that we need to remove as well. Lots of screws. Yeah, I can smell the cigarette smoke coming from the dust that's coming up. This is a smoker's console. Very well loved. The hell did that go there? Maybe a new lease on life. Might buy a small container that I can put some salt water in, not salt water, some water and cleaning solution in to get the fascia proper clean. Let it dry. Some of them I might just hand clean, especially the ones that's got stickers on them still. If I remember correctly, the DVD drive should also just... Oh no, wait, the DVD drive won't come straight off because it's attached to the shielding from underneath. Forward, and then here. Also acts as a grounding plane for the controller port. Now this should, with a little bit of finagling, left off. So take this out. So now we're at board. Now I'm going to need to replace the pads that are underneath here, so I do not care if I crack them or not. Thick screws. Right now it doesn't matter which way I remove them. These ones have got a washer on them. We know that these are for the heatsink. I'll just remove them my good old fashioned X. Board, yeah, the board will lift up. We need to lift it from control port, the AV port over here. That lifts out from base case, which we're gonna set aside for now. That. Good. And then we just wiggle the heatsink back and forth for the pads to loosen up. And we don't want to push down too hard when we try to free it. Might just want to slide it a little bit left and right. Properly get air underneath. And while we're pushing down on the 4 ports here, we're just going to lift up. And those don't look too bad. Still going to replace them, but they don't look too bad. Here we have dead bug. Can't open one of these consoles up without having some sort of dead creature coming out. Let's clean up some of this residue. I'm going to want to give this board a good cleaning anyway because of the tar from the cigarette smoke would have hopefully not leaked in too much. First, we don't need to do the other side. This one was facing all the way down. I'm just going to need to clean the top side. Drizzle, and then we get our non cracky brush. Sure. Got that, just like you can tell the difference between the two brushes I use. This is the one for the corrosion. one I don't use for corrosion, one is completely green. Now I am waiting for some screws to come in. They should come in later on today. That'll be for the mounting of the HDMI mod and the Picoboot to chassis. Cap has determined that it is already time for break. No, something like that. I'll have to try to push my keyboard off. Try to get him into a sluggy little position. Tension. Very craving attention. Let's see if I can sneak away. There we go. See if I can sneak away where he lies here. Yep. Pop up the motherboard now. I'm going to need to remove this port here. I'm going to protect those components. So I am going to use capital tape. Miscellaneous. Throw everything in here, and maybe I should get some more containers so I can sort them. I'll see that happen in here. You angry with me because I'm not petting you? Yeah. You are angry at me because I'm not petting you. You want attention, don't you? As soon as I get on the blower, you want attention. Where did I put my slippers? That'd be a good question. Not over here. Just over the components here, and I'm going to put a little bit on over around this as well, just to not destroy the plastic. Yes, he's gone back up to his upright position and is staring into the screen. Of the roller. I'm going to heat up my hot air station to 440 with 70% heat. Oh, the on the front. 440 degrees Celsius with 70% airflow. What we're hoping for here is just for the solder to melt, which we can then pull down with our tool. Do want to heat the board up a little bit. Don't want to get too much heat over here. I'm going to move in with my hot air gun. I don't know. I'm going to switch it around a little bit just to heat the board up, so it doesn't crack or anything. And I'm just going to focus mostly around not seeing this sort of melt around here at some point. In a second, it should start. Right in the bottom there. Okay. Might increase the airflow to 5%. solder is melting. Quite reached point where I can pull down on this. Hopefully be able to still some ground plane that I need to work through. There we go. And we cut that off. And that is our high def port removed. Takes a minute or two to go through. You just have to wait for the heat to go through the ground plane. Now that the high def port has been removed, we can toss it aside, but I don't want to toss it in because it's probably still boiling hot. Next thing we need to do is remove all of the solder from the holes. So we're going to come in with some solder wick. Clean this up. I'm going to do it on this side. While the board is still hot. Soldering iron. Soldering iron at 350 should hopefully do it, but it might need to go up to 400 since I think this is unleaded. Actually, let me put some fresh leaded solder on there to help lower the melting point. So we're at 350. And up my line with a bunch of fresh solder. I'm gonna go over every single one of these. Make sure it's got some fresh leaded solder in the mix. Just so it makes it easier for us to remove all the old solder. Solder wick. We just let the wick do its job. You don't need to push down too hard when you're using good solder wick. Let it glide. Compared to the old solder wick that I was using, this solder wick is amazing. Glides over. Clean off. Flux. Iron. A lot of heat plane. Might need a little bit more. Nope. Needed a couple of seconds. Last big ground plane. Look at our work. Fine on this end, but I'm going to need to clean on this end as well. Do that. Again. Add our flux. And just add the weight. Now the holes don't need to be fully cleaned out since they're just going to get resoldered anyway with the quick flex cable. But so long as we get the majority of it out, and we've also added some fresh lidded solder, it's going to make our job a lot easier to add the quick flex cable to the mix later on. We're not adding any through hole components, so we don't need to get a full clear of the holes, but the more we do remove, the better. Especially from the surface. Getting rid of the surface solder is imperative. I'm trying to clear out some of this ground plane. That should be good enough. That should be good now. Let's clean it up a little bit. And yeah, the thing hasn't gone through all the way through for the holes, but you don't need it to, since we're just gonna add fresh solder in there anyway. But we did get rid of the majority of it. Yeah, that I might want to get rid of sticking out and causing stuff. Give me one moment. Oh, looks like I might be getting a couple of backwards compatible PS3s. Now, this side did have a bike I wanted to get rid of. The other side, no. Up here, a little. I'm gonna get rid of this because this is adding. It might add some annoyance later on, and I just want to make sure that I don't fuck the cable up like I did last time. Oh, let's boost that to 400. This going to on the ground plane. Yeah, that is a lot better. So yeah, there was a bit of a spike coming up from it, and I just didn't want to end up piercing the cable. Well, it's all smooth now. With that, but that's fine. It's not sharp, it's just a bit lumpy. Now, I just want to check, when am I supposed to receive my packet of screws? It's really going to be kind of important. Sometime between now and 5:45. Maybe within the next 15-20 minutes. Amazon usually comes pretty early around here. So, first things first, that's the flex cable. The PS2 and this is our HDMI mod, so I'm going to put this slide over here. This is our quick flex board. We've got a fold here, which I'm going to fold very gently to a 90°. Let me just double check that. This is pin 1, 2, 1, 2, so that's how it's going to go. So I do need a fold here, but very gently. Then this is lightly bend here, and I don't think it's supposed to go that way. I think it's supposed to go this way, because it's supposed to. Oh, I know it does bend that way because that's how the HDMI mod goes. All right, so bend very gently. See, I'm not even doing a crease like that. And then we've got our HDMI. Where I wish I knew where my scissors were. do this in a less civilized manner. Corner and tear. Now, we learned last time that the USB-C is the new version. We also learned last time that I don't want to be putting too much heat on the flex cable. So it goes like this. As soon as I get it right, I don't want to be touching it. So we will add, that is the 2 on the outside, 4 on the inside. I'm going to tack it from middle first. So 3 and 4 was 3, 4, all the way up to 19, 20. Rub very gently. Once I've made sure that the alignment is correct with the thicker pins, then I can get to the more fragile ones. So I'm going to make sure that 19 lined up. Make sure that 3 and 4 are lined up as well. What I might do is I do have legs left over. I can put the outside holes. Make sure that they stay mostly in place, and then I can wiggle them around from there. Yes, doesn't look so bad. No, we're going to go for head shoulder, but a little bit more force. Shoulder on the iron, going over, clean the tip, do it. Back. Back. Checking has taken most of the solder already. More. No. Like a fairly strong connection. Remove these. Now I can do the 2 on the outside. And one. Pretty solid. All right. Nice bubble. Okay. Those two are on. Now do the rest of them. Some flux going up on this fish. I'm gonna thin that out. Tip of the hinge. Four holes up here. You don't want to scrape it, you just want to be super gentle when you rub it. And now we can just feed all these holes some solder. Everything will be hunky dory. Other one. And I do like me and my little bit of soda bubbles. Try to get a bubble on them. One's got a bubble. Bubbling through. There we go. And then I get a bubble on that one. Perfect. As well, that's good enough. I should really get a roller for my solder. Like a little bit of a luxury. plane. I can feel it. That is everything properly soldered on. Now I'm not going to tempt fate, try to wiggle it around or anything like that, because the last time I did that I actually did break the cable, so I'm going to place the propanol, just clean off all that additional flux. Underneath, everything looks good. More IPA. Rest of it. Now I'm not going to mess with the any more of this side of the board because that's what screwed it up last time. As you can see, we have perfect solder joints on everything. Awesome. Now, need to solder this side. And the way that we would do this is we want to solder the two ground planes first. So these 2 points here. And then from there, solder everything else on. That we do want to make sure these are all aligned first. What we want to do is be messing around with the ground planes and making sure all the holes and everything are lined up. Is good here, and I'm just going to hold this. Flex on the two ground planes, then a bit more than normal. Then have a bunch of solder iron. Lard the tip with as much solder as possible so that everything is still lined up. And like that. The same on the other side. Tack. It's not going to tack down as much because we still need to put more solder on here. Perfect. We do not want to be wiggling this around anymore once everything is lined up. Now I want to thoroughly grease the wheels, I'd say. I don't mind using a little bit more flux here. We're going to flush it all out afterwards. And now we're going to do a little bit of drag soldering, which is where you put some solder onto your tip, then you just drag it across. Very gently. Now, this is probably going to be done a couple of times because right now we've just wetted the quick flex cable, and we need to actually get the solder onto the pads themselves. Now we're just going to rinse and repeat this again. With some properly fresh solder. It is okay if they bridge a little because we can just drag it off. Both ones look properly joined. Sure that all the joints stands to properly attach to the motherboard. Some down here that aren't. Go over it a little more. Maybe one over here as well. A bit more sorted to some of these. Some of these do not look fine to me. I think that's it. I think that's it. Going to do some IPA. Gentle brushing. More IPA. Lighting this section with IPA is fine. But we want to make sure that it also washes out any flux that went underneath the flex cable. Light. I can, I don't want to force it in. And now we can take a look at our solder joints. And they are looking really, really good. I think that is good. Might actually need to be moved up that way a little bit, but we can test. I can actually check that with my fantastic mastic $10 tool here. So let's do that. If we can get an angle where you can see this. Put it over here, here, and yeah. So this is why this is a good tool to have. Because even though the board looks like to the naked eye that it is bridging, we can see that it's not underneath the microscope. This one here is a little sus, but it seems to be fine. These are all properly joined and they're not bridging, so I am more than happy with that. more than happy. So that's done. Now I need to find a way to set this aside while we work on the other one, and I think then the bracket for this go like this, that will just bend over like so. We do need to still connect 5 volt over here, and we need to connect the controller over here. We will worry about that in a bit. Let's have a look at the QFC for the Raspberry Pi. So, this comes with a piece of tape on the back, which is nice. Which I'm guessing is supposed to be mounted up against the chassis, but since I've got a board for that, it's fine. Then the Raspberry Pi. Going to be like that. Then this will go over the motherboards like that. I'm not sure. This is something I am actually going to need to check. I believe it is. Maybe it's. Oh, it's over this directly now. Okay. But I think that's how the routing goes. We just directly look it over that. Let me take a look at the instructions. Yeah, it just goes over that chip now. Okay. That's really nice. Okay. And then this will flood onto this, like that. Okay, seems relatively simple enough. We've got 2 metal connections here, but it doesn't really matter that much. The only thing that we really want to do is slide on the outside. And we really only need like several pins at the top as well. I just want to check to see how this person installs. Yeah, they only bridged the pins that they needed on there. So lights itself. Yeah, they're only tuning and soldering the pins that need. Da, 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 da. Again, this is going to be relatively easy. We just get a little bit of our flux. Then we can smother that out. Or here. And I might also do some soldering at the bottom pins as well, just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, but we'll see how strong the connection is afterwards. Blood onto here like so. So we shall flood our soldering iron. I'll touch pins over here first. Got one pin down. Align it. 9. Kind of anal retentive about where I position these. Right. Solder up as well, just to proper bridging. And at least with this, I don't have to remember which pins I do have to solder. I just solder a bunch of the pins and that's it. But I will double check everything first. But I want to make a bunch of connections so that it is properly secured. Side. Only like 3 of these need to be, 6 of these need to be connected, but I'm connecting a bunch of these just so it's got a proper strong connection to the board. And I'm pretty sure that all the pins that I've joined are pins that need to be soldered, but I'm going to make sure of that. Flux on there. So this board's now got a full connection to the quick flex cable. Some wrenching, cleaning. Greatest connection, but it's good enough. We have a look. But all of those seem to be solid connections. Good. I might tack one down here as well, just so this doesn't flop about. Let's do that. So the cable doesn't flop about. Alright, so now that's got a full-on proper connection. I'm happy with this. These are all test points. And we just need to make sure that these are the correct connections. Board. Then I'm just going to double check the connections here. Five. Right, okay, so it shows underneath where the solder joints need to be, and there is one that I. So you can see that I've got all these here, and then on the other side are the arrows where I need to solder, and I have missed this connection here, so I'm going to fix that up. I've got the two up here, which is perfect. I just need to add this one. Plugs. Solder. Heat. Connection. I don't really need to go up the side, but I will. And boom. So the rest of the connections that I've made are just solidification. I'm just going to flood this area with some IPA. Get rid of any of the additional flux that I can't get to. That will dry out. Perfect. And then we've got traces here that we need to apply, so be careful. Pesticide that's going to stick out, that's going to stick up like that. We've got a diode here as well for one of them, so we've got to be careful with that. And it will solder just over this connection here, so we need to set this up somehow, so I can do that. See, I can. This doesn't want to twist it the way that I would like it to. This stand. A little bit. So right over these pins. This is going to be one of those you have to be really fucking careful with. And afterwards we can just stick down. I am going to get our flux. I'm just going to be very sparse with it. Now we're just going to need to do this very slowly, very gently. Because this is going to be sitting on top of the chip here. We need to push down on some of these bits here. It's going to be a bit difficult even for me. Iron. Here's the tip. The tip is pretty clean. Tiniest bit of solder. If we can tackle these. I think that's got it. Five. And down with some tweezers. Not properly joining. There we go. That's all connected. I'll go over it a little bit again over the front here. Very gently. Okay, I think that's good. There we go. I think that's it. I think that's good. That again with our full find the chip. I'm going to focus. One solder joint, 3 solder joints, no bridge. Right angle. Yep. There is no bridge. Yep, no bridge. No bridge, no bridge. I think we're good. Okay. So obviously, the next part is that we need to test it. Well, actually, the next part is that I need to install Picoboot on this. I'm going to remove blue side from this. I'm going to tack that down. Fantastic. All right, Picoboot time. So this is just drag and drop some files. I'm not going to bore you with that. Let me just quickly add a cable. Raspberry Pi. Plug this into my rig. So now this is just going to show up as a drive on my computer, so I don't need to think about what I'm doing here. Let me see if there's a new version of Picoboot available on the internet. It may have updated recently. Latest release was August 11th, so no, there is no new version. I believe I just dragged the UF2 file over. Completion. Cool. Code. Yep, I believe this is drag the file over and file from downloads. I paste. As soon as it recognizes it, it is going to disconnect. want to leave it plugged in for a couple of seconds just in case there's anything else it needs to do. It doesn't look like there is anything it needs to do, so we can... Yep, the Raspberry Pi is on. Cable. So, and we're going to put this board aside. Oh, I have a visitor. I will be back in a few minutes. Just in time. I got my Amazon package, which should have my M2 screws in it. I bought some super lube. So this is going to be good for my Walkman repairs. I'm going to need to grease up some bits and pieces. I've got a nice lot of it, so this should last me quite a long time. And I ordered the M2 screws, 500 M2 screws. I'm not expecting to do a lot of Pico installs, but this should last me for however many I need. So look at all of these M2 screws. I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab 4. A few more. Grab 4 for now. Probably won't need that many. So let's put the rest in the box. Maybe this. Crayon. Mark this M.25mm. I am expecting another visitor any minute now. Not going to be Amazon. But I'm going to put this board aside for now because the next thing I want to do is clean this shit. Grody. I also do need to chip some stuff off from here, so I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I think all my soldering is done, so I'm just going to turn my iron on. Need to be able to see what needs to be cleaned, if anything. I don't think anything this deep is going to need to be cleaned, but I'll double check. No, it looks relatively clean. Well, now we're into the cathartic part of this. Bug! Not even going to bother the other side of that. No, not without taking out the power supply. Might be an idea to take it out. I'll take out the power supply. I might just want to give this thing a bath. What I might just do instead is give it an IPA bath. Heat things up a little bit. Filthy. So what I would do normally is I would actually soak this in some soapy water. With a good thorough cleaning, but an IPA bath should be fine. I just want to get rid of most of the disgustingness from here. Little bugs that make our homes, all that. Yes. Plus, my toothbrush isn't going to be able to fit everywhere, so we'll have to use copious amounts of wool buds. Every time. this point, at this rate, cleaning the chassis is going to be faster, I mean longer than doing the mod. A lot of workers grime in here. I'm gonna tackle that now. Oh, there's a hair down there. Polishing, wipe. That looks a lot better than it did prior to me opening it. There's still quite a bit of gunk in here though. About Not going to worry about down here because those are removable compartments. I can take care of those later. Want to get rid of as much gunk from the bottom plate as possible. Much of the smoker's lung out of here as possible, so it's nice and fresh for its effective use. Now I can put all these small pieces back together. Problem. I'm going to want to clean these as well. There's cobwebs on here. Figure out how these went. These one went like that. Where that one went. Definitely slides into one of these posts. Over here. I've already lost what position this one goes in. No, it fits over one of those. That went. Oh, I thought I kept it in a decent position, but apparently I didn't. This fits in like that, but I don't think it does. Let's take the power supply out with the metal chassis there. Because all that right at the bottom. All in here is just getting rid of some smoke. But I do want it to be way. Ah, give this okay. Output supply seems fine. Just really needs a bath. Focus long. Use. That's solid on diagonal, and then like that. Put it on. Weird. 5 amp fuse. Wow. Huge fuse. I'm not sure where this one goes. I'll put this one. If it goes there. Tried that before and it didn't work. Putting the careful method of putting these back in, where we reverse back to Lucy until we feel a click. We tighten it back up. Right. Now we take care of this. Doesn't look like it needs that much of a cleaning. Anyway. This place up like this. Where are the ones in the middle? I didn't want to go in easy. I did find the bind, but didn't want to go in easy. Now we can put motherboard back on. Actually, no, I need to clip this. There's something that needs to be clipped off. This is the front, this is the back. Grab our flush cutters. Go over here. And that off. Now we can put the motherboard back on. Now I need to remove the cap on. I'll give that another quick IPA cleaning as well. Some of the flux would have run underneath. Good. Now I'm gonna need to solder. I want to put these screws in there. Then I want to solder the 5-bolt rail in, and the controller rail. Especially because I want to make sure that I have absolute control of what I need to do here. One that I took out of the package. I will. Right, well, I'll find it and I'll put it back in. This will get held down like so. It's held down by 2 and 2 screws. But I'm going to need to chop this leg off because that interferes. How it was last time, I believe. It doesn't go in upside down, it doesn't go in any other way than this. Yeah. Going in the way. I just want to check something. If I flip that over like this and which is fine. That does get held in, but the bracket is definitely causing problems. One thing, it's not lined up properly. Get lined up like that. And I know I put this quick flex cable board on correctly. My off? It might want me to move this up slightly. That's I also thought I had this done. I'll test something. I'm going to clean this first. Oh, of course it wouldn't be that easy. I'll put this bracket on. Just like this. It does line up. I want to check the other one I had. Maybe this one's got a fault in it. That's why he gave it to me. Can't help but feel that that one is off by quite a bit. All the way over here and take care of that afterwards. Could be over here actually. hell's this place? It's around me. In which case, this place is literally fucking everywhere. Where the hell did that other connector go? Oh, over here. Yeah, see, this one looks a lot better than this one. Can't help but feel that there might be a mistake made on one of these now. Why the hole? Exactly the same? Even how far back that goes. Even the width of the this is what I'm gonna do. I have to cut that part off. Because the way it's looking like, I might actually just cut this part of the leg off. Of course, makes it so I can only put one screw in, and even then, underneath the flex cable. I have to inch it up again. And I what I was hoping I didn't have to do. Shit. Forward to that because I thought I had placed that perfectly, which is what caused this to fuck up the last time. So now I have to be delicate, super careful when removing it. Might actually want to look back at how I did the other one. Did I snip that one? Because these legs go way past where the flex cable go, and I really don't like that. And I think this was made without the thought of a flex cable, so I'm gonna need to trim this leg. Let me check something. They came in loose bits, didn't they? I bought a plastic knife kit a while back. So, who wants to watch me get stabbed live? Always fun. What I'm going to want to do is probably that. I hate the idea that a screw post is being destroyed at the same time, but not much I can really do about that now, is there? Are these all just the same types of bits? Yeah, look at all these spare blades I got. Some of these are maybe different than the other. Bargain. I don't think I needed to do this with the last one, but I think it's because I had to manually wire everything in. So next time I'm going to have to look for flex board holders that have taken into account the fact that I'm using a flex cable. Supposed to be used for scoring, not for cutting. This could all backfire at some point. I'm looking forward to it doing. Unfortunately, I don't have any other cutting mechanism other than this. I'm gonna have to make do. mean, I could just snap this entire part off here. Probably make things a little easier, but I'd like to try to keep this there as well if possible, because that way I can at least hold 3 sides down. Otherwise, if I hold down 2, these 2, yeah. If it doesn't work, I've still got a spare one. Let's do this. Or here, then might as well score on the other side as well. Here, and yeah, it's back down a bit. Now that should fit down like that. On and down. Could work. And this is where I actually need to work on the other part of the case, actually, because I need to remove some shit from here. But what we can do first is just screw down the and that goes down like that. And I might be able to get a screw in if I'm careful. No, I'm not going to be able to get a screw down. If I put this in there beforehand, sure. If I screwed it, I had this in place and screwed it over and sorted it over like that, sure. Yeah, this did not take into account that I would need to. This is not the right flex board for this. All right, well, have to do. It's gonna fit so weirdly in there. It's not gonna sit properly. I wonder if I can do something to fix that. I might just need to source a different folder because that's not going to work. I need to have a screw post at the front to hold it in. This one doesn't. It works fine for the other one because of how I did that one, but this one's not going to work. Okay. Let me see if I can get my 3D print guy to source me up a couple of new items. At least what we can do for now is ready the rest of it up, make sure everything is working, and then I just have to replace that 3D printed part. So where all this Mother's Lung shit comes from. So much better than what I looked like before. Nice and clean. Now we need to cut off. I think off. I believe I do. Need to get proper metal cutters. I can't really do this with flush cutters. It was easy for me to just fatigue this side first and then work my way over. No? Part off. Here. Here. Mostly done. And we now have a visitor. I think it's break time. Because There's a cat that wants to visit us. Yeah, the mounts that I see here, 2017, and does not take into account quick flex cable. And how am I going to do any work now? Um, there. That's not. All right. So while Minu is taking up time, so plug in real quick. At the bottom of your screen, this is the updated version that I need to get because it provides connections for when I'm using the QuickFlex cable. So I need to order some of these.
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Baby! Now, if I was oh, he's pinned me down. Yeah, I think the one that I could have ordered was so probably a handful of these.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, look at his face. and lie there for a little bit. Smells like metal. Can't snip this with these. I'm probably just going to have to get some proper metal shears, which is probably what I'm going to do. Yeah. So I think the last thing that I should do before I call it for the day is just make sure everything's working. Because I want to go get myself some metal shears. I need to make an order for some parts. I can't complete this today. I should be able to complete it either tomorrow or Sunday, depending on how quickly the 3D parts can be printed. But I also need to know how many of those I should get printed. Ah, fuck it, I'll just order like a bunch of them. So let's put this loosely back together. Gently, very gently. Let's DVD drive back on. But whether that currently is on. Oh, I need the 5 volts and I need the control signal. All right. In that case, I'm just going to pause it until tomorrow, when I get the proper flex cable for this. I mean, not the proper flex cable, the proper mount for this, because this mount is not going to hold. Need proper right. But that wasn't so bad getting this all soldered on. I just have to position that. This getting soldered on was really nice. Pure joy, but that's got to be it for now. I need to get some bits ordered. I thought I had the right bits, but I don't. This isn't going to sit in there anymore, is it? No. What's the fucking point of that? I'll hold on to this just in case. I guess they've got a sticker for this now, which is fine, but whatever. I will do a test of everything at some point, but I do want to go get those metal clippers. I want to. There's something else I need to pick up from the hardware store as well. And I need to order the proper brackets. If I can get all those tomorrow, then I can start back up tomorrow. We can finish this off, have it all working, and maybe get onto some of the rest of the boxes, get those taken care of since we've got belts. Where are we? Thank you for joining. It's gonna rain